بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome all of you wherever you are, and welcome you again with the second lecture and the explanation of Surah At-Tagabon. We start with Allah saying, after seeking His refuge from the Shaitan Rajim, when He gather you to the day of gathering, this is the day of dispute. When He gathered you for the day of gathering, it's the day of judgment. The day of judgment has different names because Allah gathered everybody from the previous nations until now. They all will reply to Allah Azza wa Jal. They all will be there. They all will be gathered. This is a day that all humans are gathered to. And this is witnessed, as Allah said, the first and the after. They are all gathered to a day that is known. And that's how we inspire to an Arabic Quran, so you could inspire the al-Qura, meaning Mecca, and a day there's no doubt about it. Group in the heaven and group in the torment. In the hadith, Allah will gather everybody in one place. He will make them, they will hear and they can see, and the sun will be too close where they will have a lot of calamity they can't burden. Can't you see who's going to intercede in behalf of your Lord? Allah will gather people, all the people. There's a hadith that Jabir ibn Abdullah is reciting, and it is mentioned in his book. When one of the migrants of the sea came back, he said, "Can you tell me the most wonderful thing in Habasha, amazing thing?" They said, "Yes, O Messenger of Allah. While we are sitting, an old woman came in from their rabbis, and she has a vase of water. So she passed by a young man, and he put his hand between her shoulders and he pushed her, so she fell down and the vase of water broke down. So when she looked back, she said, 'You will know, you who betrayed me, when Allah put the seat and He gathered all people before and after, and the hands and legs will talk about what's happened. You will know how is the matter between me and you.'" The Prophet ﷺ said, She is truthful. How Allah will take care of a nation that will not take care of their weak from their strong. This is a day of At-Tagabon. This is the people, or one of the names for the doomsday. And they said every human, he has a place in heaven and one in the hellfire. If the people enter the fire, there are places in Jannah, in paradise, and when people in paradise, they enter paradise, they still have their places in hellfire. This is when you see that the people of the places of the people in heaven that's in the fire, they will be inherited to the people of the hellfire. And the people of paradise, they will take that place that was promised to the people who went to the hellfire. If Allah guided your heart, if He just submitted himself to His Lord, then He deserved the punishment of torment, the eternal torment. And the believer, he was guided to uh, to the right straight path, and he entered paradise. And there is what is better than this kind of envy between them, where you are happy when you get you replace that place of the hellfire, you get only the places of paradise. No slave will enter paradise without looking at his place in paradise. And the Prophet ﷺ said, no one will enter paradise. He will see his place in hellfire if he did wrong, and vice versa. And those who disbelieve and they deny our signs, there's other people of the book, and they will be in it eternally. So those who disbelieved and denied, they are the people of the hellfire. They're staying in it eternally. Those who denied our signs, and that's how Allah serves the criminals. It was worse than the person who denied Allah Azza wa Jalla, who denied in behalf of Allah. They will see that they have their share in this life, and when our messengers came to take their souls, they say, where's the ones that you call beside Allah? They said they are astray. They have witnessed on themselves that they are disbelievers. Then they'll be told to go with nations who will enter every time until they are all in it. The first one will say to the first one, and they will say, oh Allah, these are the. Then Allah said, no calamity that could ever happen, or and whomever believe in Allah, Allah will save his heart, and Allah is capable of everything. With Allah's permission, so any calamity, it is all in a book before you even got that show. So you will not sadden about what you missed, and do not be too happy with what you are getting. Allah don't like those who are. And when Allah talk about the magicians, that they're not going to harm no one except with the permission of Allah. And as Allah Azza wa Jal said at the day of Uhud, what you had at the time that the two groups met, it's with Allah's permission. And then Allah said, and let the believers know Allah is merciful with people. Allah allows it, He permits and make it obligated. As Allah said, who is going to intercede except with His permission? First of all intercession is for Allah Azza wa Jal. He will permit whomever He wish. And how many angels in the heavens, their intercession will not benefit no one, except when Allah Azza wa Jal permit and allow. And of course, whomever be Allah, Allah will guide him. Whomever had a problem and he knew it's not going to be gone away. And he might be replaced doubles what he missed. So you will not sadden about what you missed, and do not be too happy with Allah gave you. The belief in the destiny is a cure for the heart. It brings the satisfactions and the happiness in those who are under pressure and those who are punished. And whomever believes in Allah, Allah will guide his heart. He will guide it to the certainty, so he knows what happened to him. It wasn't going to hurt him. And whatever. And every time they Alqama was asked about this ayah, and he said, it is the man. He will get the. These are the ones who have blessing from the Lord and mercy, and these are the believers. Amazing the amount of for Muslim believer, everything Allah decree for him will be good for him. Another hadith that's beautiful. I heard Ubadah ibn Samit saying, while I was with the Prophet ﷺ, Abu Bakr came in. He said, "Oh Prophet of Allah." So, when the watch out to say, "My Lord say is doing me wrong," like he will say, "Why me? Why am I chosen instead of other creations? Why me?" Allah Azza wa Jal has on His to each one of you, they have. Allah said, if our might came in, they ask for forgiveness. They ask of fear. Of oh, and the eye will tear, and to we're going to we all go back to Allah and shall return back to Him. One of the worshippers of Allah, he died and he have a youngster, so he started laughing. They said, "Why are you laughing? And your son died." He said, "I wanted to take the rida during the." This brought a problem. How this man will laugh, and the Prophet ﷺ is crying, and he is the best people and no more than all of us. Do you think this man, he had a bounty that the Prophet ﷺ didn't have it before? And the Prophet ﷺ cried when his son died. And this person laughed, and that's the laughing of satisfaction. It was exposed to Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, and he said, the so you humble to Allah Azza wa Jal, and that communal will bring the dark, the and we will not say except what pleases our Lord. We all belong to Allah, and we shall return back to Him. That satisfaction is a great bounty from Allah. And Allah gave it to a lot of His servants. One of the poets, he said, the life had taught me to take all its shares and acceptance, and I found that and those who have the rida, they will not find them. The poet is saying, I accept everybody. And then Allah said, and obey Allah and obey the messenger, and if you go away, our messenger have to just deliver. So if you found yourself not doing it, then the Prophet ﷺ did what he was promised to do. This is Prophet ﷺ is the message. It's not up to a mu'min believer or mu'min woman if they decide to do something to go after the Tarawih with me outside to discuss, inshallah. Allah la ilaha illahu. On Allah let the believers rely on. Allah, there is no God but Him. It's a statement that Allah Azza wa Jal put it in every book He has put, and He sent every messenger with this. It's the common ground that all the prophets came on. Our Prophet ﷺ was ordered to say to the people of the book, all people of the book, that we will not worship but Allah and do not have partners with Him. And none of us will take each other as Lord beside Allah. And if they leave, then they say, testify that we are Muslims. He is the Lord of both East and West, so take Him as a and rely on Allah. The reliance is to trust what's with Allah and to stay away from what people have. The reliance will not need to take the reasoning, meaning you are leaving everything to the reasons to you. And we do that in here. None of us who count on destiny and do not get married and wait the kids to come with no marriage, or he wants to be full of the food and he don't do anything to feed, and that's how the reasoning is where the wisdom of Allah comes on. So you don't do the reasoning except you have to go back before the rest of Allah to Allah Azza wa Jalla, the Almighty. The monotheism will not just be established except by reasoning on the that Allah has promised, and to delay it, it will put harm in the same. If you rely on Allah the right way, He will the person in taking the reasons, then he needs to take the good reasons. As if he's relying only on the reasoning, but he needs to purify his heart to Allah, as if he didn't do any of these reasoning, as if every is zero, they don't count. So each one has dependence on Allah. Bring your heart to your Lord and do not take to the reasoning, as if the reasoning is the worship of the body, and the other one is the of the soul. And with that you will get the success. And of course, when one of the wisdom comes in, they're talking about the worship of the heart. But the chicken, for example. So you have to use the reasons and rely on Allah. Allah the Almighty is capable to do everything with a reason, with no reason, and opposite to that reason. Allah, when Ibrahim wanted to go to obey Allah Azza wa Jal, to go to see Ismail, he did without the reason. And it's, uh, uh, no one, we want something and he will do what he is, but the only one who makes everything he wants is Allah the Almighty. Inshallah, we'll stop here today and we'll continue tomorrow. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.